You know, in hindsight, creating the What chant may have not been the best idea. I'm John Renton with the Retro Review WWE Smackdown from August 23rd, 2001. Coming off of SummerSlam 2001, check out my Retro Review that if you would like. Steamrolling towards Unforgiven 2001, and then it falls into a pit, and then falls further and further and further into the Earth's core. And oh, there's the WCW, ECW roster, the Alliance, and everything. That whole fucking thing was buried long before we got to Survivor Series 2001. My fucking goodness, as I said, from the King of the Ring 2001 review to the Raw, SmackDowns, the Invasion pay-per-view, and even though there's been some good stuff and there have been some really good matches and some moments I forgot about, the whole fucking thing was a goddamn misfire. Everybody was staying at home collecting their AOL Time Warner contracts. Vince McMahon had botched the whole thing with the XFL and lost so much money that he didn't want to pay out of pocket to bring other people in, to have it be an actual fucking invasion. So he had everybody there that basically was just willing to take less money and have the opportunity. And with the exception of RVD and eventually Booker T, not a lot of these people really succeeded, and it's a damn shame. I'm not saying everybody would have been a world champion, but fucking goddamn hell. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the invasion angle in the comments, please. And on, the summer of 2001, because there were some good moments, and there were some good moments here. This actually had some nice little storytelling bits, and also some pretty decent matches, even with the interference spots and the bullshit and everything, and the fact they made their referees look really, really goddamn ineffective. They're in Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City. RVD versus Jeff Hardy for the Hardcore Championship. SummerSlam 2001 rematch. Okay, they had a show-stealing match there. Quick start, a broom was brought out, and the bobby pins fly out. Oh, I'm kidding, that's just Looney Tunes. And then we get a monkey flip onto a chair. Hurricanrana off the ropes by Jeff Hardy. That was really nice. And then a table gets brought out, and a ladder gets brought out. And then RVD is put on the table, and Jeff Hardy climbing up on the ladder. Clearly, everything is going to work out for everybody but Jeff Hardy. Naturally, he, swantons through the table that RVD moved off of, and it just explodes. It explodes almost the same as the one Matt Hardy hit at WrestleMania 2000. And they bring a stretcher out. RVD moves the wreckage out of the way so they can get to him and everything. He's showing a little bit of compassion and everything, even though it's supposed to be Alliance versus WWF. Yes, WWF, WWE, I'm going to go back and forth with that. And I got to once again plug this sweet t-shirt. My sister painted this logo. I really appreciate it. It's my most cherished t-shirt. So anyway, this match is seemingly over. Oh no, Jeff's being led away by the medical staff. Even though they brought a stretcher out, he's like, no, I'm going to leave under my own power. Why not, go on the stretcher? I don't want to. I'm tough. It's also insane. And then Raven suddenly attacks. What the hell's going on? It's Raven attacking RVD. Alliance versus Alliance. What the hell's going on? So you have a second match. He does a bulldog onto the chair, does the even flow. I don't like calling it the Raven effect. I call it the even flow. And then eventually RVD hits frog splash, the 5-star frog splash. That is 1, 2, 3, and retained. Stephanie is then yelling at them to stop it. Hey, shake hands. I don't want to shake hands. And then they have some questionable chants towards Stephanie. The crowd does. It's a certain type of shaming, if you will. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that, boy, they really like to nail Stephanie. With chants, I mean. Get your minds out of the gutter. I run a clean show. And Austin shows up and yells at both of them how Angle ruined Austin Appreciation Night. And he tells Raven to get out of here. He tells RVD to get out of here. RVD says the whole RVD thing, and he's like mocking him. They really tried to make RVD a goddamn heel, and it just wasn't gonna fucking work. And then Stephanie's like, we appreciate you. And then Jericho shows up and said, Stephanie, I would appreciate if you would shut the hell up. Hey, Steve, you got milk? Because Austin Appreciation Night. Check out my review of that if you'd like. Where Milkamania, by God, the $1 billion princess has become the Dairy Queen. Kurt Angle's the Olympic Dairy Man, because JR is just like, fuck it, I'm going to have fun with this. And Austin does a lot of what chants. A lot of the what chant was such a bad idea. I mean, at a few times it was entertaining, and it got really, really annoying. So, and it got annoying even when I was, watching this stuff at the time. It was ridiculous. There were some good people that, cut him down, every time, they tried the what chants, and there's some pretty good jabs back at the crowd. So, he says, hey, how about you face me for the championship, Steve? Jericho says, and he's like, I'll do it, just not tonight. You don't deserve a title shot. And then we get Austin sucks chants, but Jericho's like, oh, okay. Well, they won't be booing you, they'll be mooing you. Aha, that is utterly ridiculous that he would say that. And then, we're going to have the match later. Dudley's versus Shoguns, Big Show and Billy Gunn. In a match that certainly needed to exist, apparently, to pad out the time. They had interactions recently, and we get a block 3D, famous or a choke slam on Devon 1, 2, 3. That's really it right there. Then The Rock shakes hands with a stage hand. It'd be weird if he shook something else. And then The Rock doesn't knock on the APA's door. He knocks on it. Rock, hey, how you doing? There was a brief interaction. Rock played cards with them before their six-man tag a little bit later and had 4 aces. And Ron, of course, Farouk says, damn, because, of course, I can't say it like Ron. Nobody can say it like Ron. And then Edge and Christian have some words. Christian got his Intercontinental Championship match canceled, Edge's that is, because Christian isn't the Intercontinental Champion yet, and says, let's become 8-time tag team champions. Wait, that means we have to face Kane and Undertaker, Edge is saying. And Christian's like, we beat him before, I think. We beat everybody. And Edge is like, the fuck's going on with this brother that won't be my brother by 2009? I know he wasn't thinking like that, but it's funny how they were brothers when Christian left, and then they just forgot about that, and they were just best friends when they came back, or when Christian came back. Kanyon is among a few people like Justin Credible, easy for me to say, Palumbo and O'Hare. Hey, I got to face Angle tonight. I'm honored that Austin chose me to basically get back at him for him ruining Austin Appreciation Night. Who's better than Angle? Kanyon. Who's better than Angle? Kanyon. They're doing all this. Angle versus Kanyon, non-title match, and man, this really would have meant something. It wasn't bad. There was some good wrestling and everything. Commentary was bickering horribly during this whole show. It was Taz and Michael Cole on commentary. Normally, I don't mind bickering among commentators. It got overbearing. It wasn't like Alliance, WWF, and this kind of stuff. No, they were arguing like fucking children. It got where I understand what they were trying to do, and then it just got to the point where it's like, okay, guys, shut up and just do something. Shut up and call the matches. So, Angle slam and ankle lock for the win, though Kanyon did get in a few shots. And then Rhino, Test, and Booker took on the APA and The Rock. Quick start. The crowd, of course, cheered for The Rock. It was more commentary arguing, the melee and all that stuff. There was a lot of fast action. Scissors kick on Farouk. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Of course, Farouk's going to take the pin. X-Pac is at WWF New York. Talks about being a double champion. And I think this was the last appearance of X-Pac because I don't think he wrestled again for them. He took time off for injuries and stuff like that. And the Light Heavyweight Championship was retired. And the Cruiserweight Championship was eventually brought back. So, then we get Saturn looking for Moppy in Regal's office. And then Tajiri had this bright idea to make up a mop with with plastic surgery done and everything. According to Regal, this isn't Moppy, and Saturn's yelling, Moppy, as they're doing the standing thing overhead, like I guess like Shawshank Redemption. They tried to do that shot, and it was ridiculous since they're in an office, so they couldn't do the high thing because they weren't outside. And Regal's like, well, that wasn't one of your brighter ideas. And then we get Edge and Christian against Kane and Undertaker, WWE Tag Title match. Edge was upset, got mauled a bit. Christian hit a low blow on Kane. That didn't last long. And a last ride on Christian in a few minutes. 1, 2, 3. Chronic shows up a little bit later. Not on this show. Oh boy. Oh boy. So anyway, we get recaps of Jeff going through a table. He's fine, except for bruised ribs and anal bleeding. What? Wow. Tough Enough clips. I really kind of tune out of these because I totally forgot about the first Tough Enough. Though I will say Josh Matthews ever being involved in wrestling was fucking embarrassing. Ivory versus Lita. Ivory targets a knee that she clipped like Tanya Harding. Why they worked that Tanya Harding joke into the goddamn commentary lines a whole lot, and they shoehorned that fucker in. Helms shows up and eventually pulls the ropes down. Lita tumbles outside. And then he puts her back in. Ivory tops 1, 2, 3. Match wasn't bad. And then Nat Hardy arrives moments too late to chase off Helms. And then Raven tells RVD, hey, I want another hardcore title match on Monday. Well, that's cool. Tell Austin. He's down there in his office. Or his room's just, a couple of things, couple spots down. But you're not going to beat RVD. And, he's just getting all cocky and stuff like that. And Regal shows up while Austin's in the ring and says, well, I make the rules, you don't, so you are going to defend the title tonight because your title is under my jurisdiction. And they have it's Jericho and Austin for the championship. Match was fine. There was actually some good wrestling after some brawling. Austin's shoulder got targeted. Jericho did get beat up for a bit, but kept selling his shoulder, so oh no, the stunner might be in question. But that's okay. After Lion Salt got countered, we got the Fujiwara armbar. Gee, that almost seems like somebody that Jericho's going to be facing pretty goddamn soon here. Washed Jericho now. But anyway, we get a roll-up, the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Austin holding the ropes, and he gets the victory. So, I can't necessarily say the show was bad, but it was inoffensive. There were just some goofy things in it. But there was some nice little storytelling bits and some matches that flowed pretty well together. So now we go towards Unforgiven 2001, which was a show that certainly happened. And man, you're going to get a lot of retro reviews coming up here soon, guys, because the G1 Climax tournament for New Japan starts September 18th. I'm going to get as much shit in the can as I can, like I did for last year with WCW, the last year of WCW. Yeah, get ready for a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.